So, to those of you at least wanting a break from the Tory leadership contest, don't worry, today's video is not about the Tory leadership contest. But of course, it's pretty important. And of course, we are a UK political channel. So, it's something that we've got to follow, unfortunately. But of course, other things are happening, other things are going on. And today we are going to talk about that. So think of this for those of you who want a break from the Tory leadership contest or don't have any interest in the Tory leadership contest. Don't worry. Today, this video is almost certainly for you. Why? Well, not only that, it's about Brexit. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, I suppose. You might not be interested in Tory leadership contest. You might be fed up of Brexit. But hey, even after this Tory leadership contest is over, Brexit is here to stay for quite some time to come. So, what has been going on? Well, this really, if you've been following this channel for any length of time, you will know that the government's current policies regarding sort of not checking goods coming into the country, as we've talked about, not only that, but their crazy plans for port checks of having the checking stations being inland, where someone could roll off, be told to go to one of these stations over here, go to somewhere else, drop off their illegal goods, go to the station, get checked, and then go back and pick up their illegal goods. We've talked before about how smuggling, to no one's surprise, would be a common fixture now in the UK. And of course, this would start to cause a lot of problems. And to no one's surprise, guess what? Guess what? Smuggling is on the increase. So, before we go talking about, of course, this rise in smuggling, please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below there is a link to my Patreon page and a one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can buy me coffee. And as always, thank you very much to all those people who do help and support the channel that way. And of course, down below there is the YouTube thank you button. And of course, there is the YouTube subscription thing that you can do, where if you subscribe to that, you get all sorts of little bells, whistles, badges, and emojis when you subscribe to that. So, smuggling. As I said at the beginning of this video, if you've been following this channel for any length of time, you will know we have constantly said smuggling is going to rapidly increase because there is no shortage of criminals, dodgy businesses who would love to bring in, shall we say, not so safe products or products that contain, shall we say, unsafe materials into this country, or are produced for, well, pennies and then sold for, well, pounds, shall we say, at exorbitant prices in some cases. You may remember just a couple of days ago, we went over the fact that we've got all these like American candy shops popping up, not only all over Oxford Street, but all over the country. And some of them, if you know one in your local area, you will notice they are very awfully empty. And indeed, Trading Standards has raided these places to find that, well, guess what? They were full of illegal and probably smuggled in products. And one of the big news items that we've been hearing about today in particular is vapes. Vapes, I don't really have a stance on vapes, but hey, it's not smoking. A lot of people, that I've heard have been managed to quit smoking by switching to vapes. So I think, well, if they're going to switch and it's going to stop people smoking, which will again improve people's general health, well, hey, vapes are a good idea. But unfortunately, this is where we have to sort of really look at regulations, because the liquid that these sort of vapes have, some have nicotine in. And of course, as you may well know, obviously, when people sort of trying to wean themselves off cigarettes, it's very much that nicotine addiction that they have to get themselves off. So obviously there are vapes designed to help do that, to sort of wean people off nicotine. This is why we have, like, nicotine gum or, nicotine patches to sort of help wean people off. But because of this increase in smuggling of these very much illegal goods, there are now, vape products, or we'll call them vape liquids, but we'll just call them vape products, that have now been sort of on sale to the general public. And what's even more concerning, some of these vapes have been targeted at children, to which, okay, that's a little bit concerning that you're pushing these types of products sort of onto kids. And I agree with sort of the standing that maybe we need to put an age limit on sort of these vaping products, and that they sort of need to be taken off these sort of colorful packaging. I agree with that. But of course, the smuggling problem comes in is where you've had these vape products brought in, being sold to not only, again, targeting at kids, but also at adults as well, buying these products from legitimate stores. That's one of the other scary things we'll get into in a moment. From legitimate stores, thinking that, hey, this is all right, but not realizing that the amount of nicotine in there, in these products, is well above the safety standard. And unfortunately, people are getting addicted to certain vape liquids, not realizing the amount of nicotine that is actually in there, because most of these products are illegal. So it's not even labeled of the fact that there is even nicotine, in these vape products. So obviously that is a massive problem. And this has been because these products are being brought into the country illegally. And unfortunately, some of this seems to have become such a relevant problem, especially in the past year or so, because of Brexit, because of the lack of checks coming into this country, that there are now adults going around, smoking these vape things, unknowingly now potentially addicted to a product, which, again, you really shouldn't be selling products where people can get addicted to them. And not only just adults, but to kids as well. So this is a huge problem that ultimately is linked to Brexit, because, again, we are not checking products. And just yesterday, we had a massive meltdown of the chief system, again, which is the big sort of system, the IT system, to sort of help sort of goods flow through more freely. This is the very much vaunted digital barrier that the Conservatives love to talk about and say, well, we want to implement this. But here you have this situation with these vapes and the dangerous amount of nicotine that is in some of these vape products that have been sold openly on the UK market by legitimate traders who themselves didn't realize they were buying illegal products, which is in itself just as much as a big problem, because they thought, again, these were legitimate products. This is really worrying. And if it can happen for these vape products, then the question we have to be asking, what other products could be now on for sale in the UK market, which are dangerous to potential public health, or hold or carry dangerous materials, or who knows what, on the UK market? We just don't know. Why? Because of Brexit. So this is a serious problem we have to seriously tackle. And unfortunately, again, tying this back into the Conservative leadership race, I know I said at the beginning, but many of these Conservative leadership candidates are going to continue with these policies. And this is not going to get solved anytime soon by the looks of it. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button on your way out. And of course, down below, there is a link to my Patreon page and a notification link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can, buy me coffee. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.